Zig Ziglar. Ziglar. Inspiring true performance.
Let's get right back into it. Zig, you had something that you wanted to say from before the break.
I sure did. To hitchhike on what Linda had to say, I completely agree about living the way you're talking about, because people won't always believe everything you say, but they will always believe the example you have set for them. And when you do everything with integrity, then you can always come through in shining colors with those people. Francis Fukuyama, a Japanese scientist, said about trust, and that's what we're really talking about here, that he could measure the level of progress in a nation itself by the level of trust in that nation, and certainly in corporate America and in the home. Same thing happens. So Linda and I are sure on the same page on that one.
You know, it's interesting. The root word of integrity, if you remember high school math, integer, and an integer is a whole number. So the root word of integrity means whole. And I think that what's interesting is we talk about what you say and what you do. And if you're saying one thing, doing another, you're not whole. You're divided. You got these two parts. And that's what creates this discrepancy and breaks trust when they see us saying one thing, doing another. So, well, let's talk about the ramifications of having integrity. What do you get? You know, there might be people watching today saying, okay, so what do you really get when you act with integrity? What are the results of it or the benefits of it?
Well, first of all, you feel good about yourself because you know you've done the right thing in the right way. And so, as I mentioned earlier, that removes any guilt possibility. But it also enables you to focus on the future and not have to worry about something you've done in the past. So many times in our society today, people have been taught, that, everything is relative. Which is ridiculous. Some things are absolutely right, some things are absolutely wrong. The people at Enron, they were relatively honest. I mean, they didn't lie about everything, but enough to destroy a whole lot of lives. And so you have so many benefits for doing it right. I ask in public audiences, how many of you would hire an accountant, a CPA, or a treasurer who admitted that he or she was just relatively honest? I've never seen
80% of the time.
I've never seen the hand go up yet. And when I come home from an out-of-town trip, I guarantee you my wife has never asked me, now, honey, tell me the truth. Were you relatively faithful to me while you were gone? I don't think she ever will ask me that question either.
Yeah. So now, in your situation, what did you see as the benefits of having integrity? What were the outcomes you saw?
Well, of course, I agree with everything that Zig said. I mean, you can sleep better at night. What I found is, we sustained our position in the marketplace. We experienced growth because we were all unified in working with integrity. And again, you may not experience the benefits short term, but long term, I can assure you that they will be there. And of course, I don't like to focus on the ramifications of not acting with integrity, but of course we see it and every day and hear it on the news with leaders of well-known companies that have not acted in integrity, and the sentencing that's coming down on those individuals. It's just astounding.
Yeah. Now, was there ever a time in your career where you had a specific time where it was kind of crunch time on the integrity front, where you had a hard choice that you had to make?
Probably the best example for me personally, particularly in a sales organization, is when it comes to individuals acting as integrity, that are employees that have appeared to be loyal for years. I had an individual that was with me for many years, a top performer, top producer, produced, he had a book of business about $50 million, which to the bottom line was a significant amount, hundreds of thousands of gross margin. And I became aware that this individual was buying clients and being dishonest in many ways, including expenses and other areas. Well, an easy thing to do would be to, turn the other way and ignore it, or
especially with that much money coming in, right?
Exactly.
That's the crunch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I knew I had to do the right thing. I knew that if I wasn't consistent, again, in my role as a leader and what I'm trying to create as far as the culture was concerned in the company, that I had to act on it, and I did. I had to terminate the employee and pulled the team together. And, of course, short term, we did lose some revenue. But I will tell you that within months, the team pulling together, we not only replaced but exceeded the performance of that individual. And that individual has today come back and apologized for what he had done and thanked me for providing that leadership and doing the right thing.
See, that's the amazing thing that most people don't understand. Here you were with this decision. Do I stay with the money that's there? What if we don't act with integrity? We'll lose it. But what people don't realize is that when you do the right thing, the outcome is such that it's never as bad as you think it's going to be, and you end up coming back and going further and further. And most people just don't realize that.
Zig Ziglar. Inspiring true performance.